What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, if anxiety was to be personified and dissected as a human being, what would it look like? And the reason I do this is because sometimes when we personify things, we can, in essence, understand it better when we personify. And so when I think about anxiety, if I was to describe it as a person, I would describe it as a hyper-intelligent, parasitical being. Why would I do that? Because it remembers all your fears, doubts, and disgusts. It's got a very good memory. It's patient, and it knows how to repackage your doubts, fears, and disgusts. So, for example, you might have historically had a fear of flying, even though you know statistically that flying is safer than driving. But you see a doctor, you get over this fear, and maybe you even go on a few flights. Yeah, you go on a few flights. And then you're over this fear. And then 3 years after you're over this fear, you randomly just get anxious on a plane again. You're on a plane, everything's fine, and you get anxious again. That's because anxiety has repackaged it. It's changed the angle of your fear. And it can beat rationale, you know? So that's why I say it knows how to repackage. It's patient. Yeah, it's very patient. You could be having 10 good days in a row, but it's patient. It will sow the seeds for its execution. Very, very patient. And so, you know, this is it. You know, it waits. Parasitical. Well, it only is relevant when you give it your energy, and it needs your energy. If you don't, the less that you play into it, i.e. the less invested you are in it, the less energy it takes from you. But that's why I say it's parasitical. But you know, it's hyper intelligent. You know, intelligent individuals still suffer from it. That is an indication that in of itself is intelligent. Let me get some water. My mouth can get dry doing these. Intelligent people can suffer from anxiety. In of itself is, in my opinion, hyper intelligent. It knows how to beat rationale. You can stand there and say, it's just a room full of people. I just need to deliver this speech. As you know, everyone wants to see me do well. You can say that as much as you like. You may still feel anxious. So it beats logic and rationale. It repackages your fears. You know, it repackages your fears in different angles and says it in different ways. It knows how to replicate. I don't know if I mentioned it previously. It knows how to replicate your inner voice. Yeah, it knows how to replicate your inner voice. So It's not actually you, it's anxiety talking, but it says it in exactly the same voice that's in your head. It knows how to replicate your inner voice. It's a formidable foe. But there's one thing that it lacks. Anxiety is hyper intelligent, but it has no wisdom. Intelligence with no wisdom. And because it lacks wisdom, it lacks perspective. It is mere data processing. It is mere information. It is mere execution. But it has no perspective and no wisdom. And therefore, you can beat it. You can beat it. Because when I was in the army, they used to say, thoughts are simply thoughts. But the storm will pass. And you can carry on with the tasks that need completing. You might be speaking in front of loads of people and thinking that person maybe gave a funny look when they didn't. Well, they didn't, they all didn't. Regardless, you can carry on. What if I freeze when I go into that boxing fight? You know, these are the powerful executions of anxiety, but they are merely just thoughts in your mind. They are merely just thoughts in your mind. And the army used to say, thoughts are thoughts, but the storm will pass. And that is perspective. Yeah, that is perspective. And I say, thoughts are in your mind, are thoughts in your mind. Thoughts in your mind are thoughts in your mind, but the storm will pass. And so that is the perspective and the wisdom. Data processing, knowledge, or data processing and intelligence is merely data and intelligence, information. But you have the upper hand of wisdom. Anxiety doesn't have that. So if it were a person, I would say it's hyper intelligent, has a very good memory, is patient, knows how to replicate your inner voice, but it has no wisdom whatsoever. Let me know what you think about what I spoke about here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.